Good evening, everyone. It is March 16th, 2023, 10:30 p.m. on the East Coast. Wow, what a session. 100 or so point move today. I believe 98-ish was our low of the day, and we ripped up towards 99. I think it's 101 points, 102 points, 4,000. Crazy session. Um, What was I looking at coming into the day? Well, it was clear that we had someone sitting on this, just like we had someone sitting on this a couple weeks ago who got squeezed once above 75s, and we distributed. Similarly, someone sitting on this aggressively past few days this week, again on a Thursday, kind of funny that we're getting this squeeze. Anyway, we came into here and we were unable to even make it into the point of control from Wednesday session. We failed once around 39.22ish, and then once we found a bid, we just marched our way on up, almost a completely linear 50-point move up from about 3,900 to 3,950. I was able to get a short on. That did okay. I was looking for a fade at monthly VWAP because the monthly point of control shift was at 39.50s. Learned a lesson that two sets of single prints probably want to hold off on the short side or whatever on the long side if that's on the way down. So probably that'll turn into a new rule of mine to not fade two sets of singles, as that just represents a little bit of an anomaly or excess pressure in one way or the other. So we got above this 74 number, held it on a back test towards the evening, and ramped up for that close. Notably, buyers also maintaining this momentum off the lows. Now, this overall reminds me of, and a friend had mentioned this reminds me of October actually. Wow, look at these ranges. I forgot how big each of these days were. Insane. This reminds me of when we had this nice long wick. I believe this was during a CPI event. We had this nice long wick, and we just rocketed out of there. We got a little bit of a backfill off of this key support around 35.87, and then we just continued marching our way up until I think whatever it was, December. So similarly, what's happened is we've had this long wick kind of backfilled off that 38.80 area, and now we're marching our way up. It's important to note that I have two contrasting opinions here. One is that we came to this low of the year December January balance, and we balanced right on top of it. We took a look as to what's in there, wicked right out of there, balance, 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 and now buyers have found the bid. So on the one hand, I'm looking at this as quite productive for buyers. They were able to maintain these balance lows and just ripped their way out of this past whatever it's been 5-day balance here. Uh, Now, on the other hand, the monthly point of control never really shifted very low. So to me, we're in quite a neutral territory for buyers and sellers. Sure, buyers might have the short-term advantage here, breaking above 39.70-ish, and I do think that we might make our way up towards 40.55. I'll go into that in a second, but overall, I'm not overly convinced. I just don't think we did enough of volume here. Uh, Put it this way: when we came down to these balanced lows last time, we spent an entire month almost. We spent several weeks in this range. This time we spent about 1 week. This feels reminiscent to when we had this accumulation here. We got a monster bid up, and then we fell back down. Right? We came into this demand zone, had this monster accumulation, plus that short, whoever's getting short, getting squeezed out, and we ripped up and distributed and came down lower. This feels similar. We're coming into, if you want to call this an auction zone, a demand zone, whatever you want. We came into here. Sure, it took a little bit more time, but it's similar. Someone's sitting on this aggressively and we're getting squeezed out. Again, it happens to be 39.75 as the key number. So to me, I'm not overly convinced just yet. This is 4.5 minutes in. Let's get into the video now. On the weekly plan, I was saying above this 4,000 area, I think we can get into cleaning up this 40.55, and I still maintain that view. So let's take a look as to how I'm trading this tomorrow. By the way, only University of Michigan, the consumer sentiment tomorrow morning. So let's get into this. I want to be long at the price close, 92 quarter. If we if we gap up, let's go to the RTH here, just to make it a little bit easier. 92 quarters. We've got a lot of stuff there. Previous week's VWAP closed around 92 and 94 RTH and external trading hours. We've got that monthly value area low, 87% at 92. The point of control from today at 91. Last week's point of control at 89.5. So this overall, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, and it looked like a nice level here, 87s. So this overall 87 to 94 area has me interested. Plus, it was an awesome area, clearly an area of offering around 96, 97, and where we had some really awesome bids on that Thursday, 98-ish. So that's an area I'm watching, and that's roughly where we had that offer there at 96 quarter. So I like this area in general, and again, had a nice bid here, sold off nicely here, what have you. Was a high of the day roughly on that Thursday session as well. So I like this mid to upper 90s number. So I will be looking to get long there. Below there, this is our 70 number, which has been, clearly important for the past several sessions, and there on the long side as well. And there you go, offering as well. It's just been an important spot for weeks at this point. So want to get long at the gap close, that price gap close, long at 69s, a little bit below that 72 number. That is where we had this nice initial offer. It's a 5-minute chart. Let's go down to a 1 minute for a second. It is where we had this nice initial offer, and we ended up churning around here. I'd talked about for several days that I wanted to see a look above those Friday external trading hour highs from last week and then come down below. And that's what we had. This came in at 78.5, this wick upwards. The Friday high that I was looking at was 78, if I can scroll back. 78. So we ran it, sorry, it's at 78 quarters. So we ran it by one tick. That is exactly what I was looking for on Tuesday. I was looking for a run of those highs, then come back below. Instead, what we had was just that hit right at 72 and sell off. So to me, this move was a stop run and move down lower. And we had that point of control shifting. We had the European markets closing. However, we were unable to really get down below that volume. And instead, that point of control became support and we ramped up even further. So to me, this is an area of shorts who are trapped. And I'm glad that we didn't test it during the RTH day. So I'll be bid at 69. Again, just that prior day's point of control, that developing point of control. Below there, 54s interest me. It's where we got a nice offer. And again, we churned around there. We did some nice volume. I fit this, 47. So February low to 58 number. That's been a nice zone as well. You can see on Tuesday, got some nice selling around there, around the open. Got some nice bids there during the evening. I think the overnight session also was kind of traded around there as well. So I like that 54 number. I'll be looking to get long there. And below there, I don't really want to be long in any of this. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a bid around that 25-ish area, around settlement highs at 28, I believe. 28 3/4. I wouldn't be surprised if this upper to mid 20s area finds a bid, maybe this 23, 22 quarter. However, again, we had a point of control at 05s. This 05 number was really key on Tuesday, coming in right around the low of the day. 05 half was our low of the day. It became really key during Wednesday, and it was nice on Wednesday as well into the close. And you can see it was pretty important today as well. So we just auctioned around there and then squeezed those sellers upwards. That's how I'm looking to play this to the long side. To the short side, I want to be short that prior point of control at 4012.75. That naked pocket also happens to be right around yearly VWAP. So that's where we distributed around before selling off. So 4012.75. And then above there, I really don't want to touch this thing. I thought about perhaps a short at 28-ish. That has also been a nice level. However, I'll be waiting for us to get above last week's value area high, which is sitting at 40.35 quarter. Usually, I would consider a short here possibly, but I really think that we'll end up trading out this JPOW bar and coming towards the prior monthly point of control distributive volume point of control at 40.52 3/4. So I will be short there. Also lining up with roughly Friday's high. from whatever that would be, 2 weeks ago, and then looking to get short these 75s as well. So that's how I'm looking to play this. God, that's a long video, 10 minutes. That's how I'm looking to play this. What is that? 200-point range, 39.05 to 40.80-ish. That's how I'm looking to play it. Long 05s, long 54s, long 69s, long 92s if we gap, and perhaps even if we do not gap, I'll have to monkey around with that. Short 40-12-ish to 15, short 52s, and short this 75 to 81 area. Now, may very well have some changes to this pre-market based on what happens. We've been having some really big moves during the overnight. Wednesday night, huge sell-off. Thursday also getting a sell-off. So I'm, what is this, Monday night? Yeah, Monday night also getting a giant sell-off. So curious if we can hold the bid during this Thursday night session. Let's see what we get, and there will be an update to Twitter pre-market per usual. Have a great night and trade safe, you guys.